So I did a little search on the lore to Returnal the first time I beat it, and just like a kind of quick explanation of like what the game is. So from what I found, like Celine was driving, ran off this bridge, and ended up killing her daughter Helios in this car crash. So she blames herself. Um, for not being a great mother and also not being like paying attention, and she blames herself for killing her daughter. um, so then she's dealing with grief, so all these different biomes are actually different stages of grief you're in and everything. And that's why she keeps returning to it, because with any type of grief like that, the thought is, even though she got out of the grief at some point and managed to escape it, she came right back to it because, I mean, the amount of guilt I'm sure she feels because she thinks she killed her daughter, and like all these other things, like she just can't get out of this loop. So that's why you keep coming back and coming back and coming back, because she blames herself for her daughter's death and all these like weird little toss outs, like I think it was 8:36. That's the time of the crash, so all the clocks are set to 8:36. um yeah, there's a lot of stuff I don't know what's going on with it, but like this short little summary of the game is basically she blames herself for the death of her daughter during that crash and is trapped in her head, and that's where you're fighting through it, the different stages of grief. Again, I can't praise this game enough. It is just like the overall feel of it, of like how smooth it is moving around and feeling like I always felt I had basically perfect control over Celine the whole entire time, and like like all the stuff that I was messing up on are just like dumb things that I would do, just that more of my mistakes than the game messing up. I've played it later, so like some of these weird bugs on launch I never saw. So like I had a perfect experience in the sense of, I think there was like one enemy that I visually noticed some frame rate drops, but those things were so minimal that like I really don't have any personal critique with that side. But man, it is like it's just fun as hell. Like if you just want a game to jump in and shoot some stuff and like quick action, the platforming is really cool because it does like add just a nice little element of like some traversal challenges, which are nice. But yeah, this game is 100% recommend it. It is tough, but like the first time I played it, I barely could even get to the first boss, and I think the first boss took me like 3 or 4 tries, and then like same with the second boss. Like I don't think I saw it for another couple hours, and it was just like even figuring out how to like get through the levels are great, and like the bosses are really cool, and like the bullet hell is super fun to try and just dodge around. But yeah, if you're looking for a challenging game with some bullet hell and like it is super fun, so definitely recommend it. I'm trying to think what 20, because I think this is a 2021 game. I'm trying to think of what other 2021 games I played and I'm playing It Takes Two with my wife, who is not a gamer. Um, but I'm playing that with her, and that's really good. Um, but I can see why Returnal got a lot of nods for Game of the Year awards and stuff, and like it deserves it. That's for sure. Like even just like the haptics and like the way the controllers work and stuff, it feels really nice. I've played some other games where the triggers feel a little too like there's like too much tension on them with the new, I forget what the word is, but like the adaptive triggers or whatever. Those are like it's just every little bit about it. It really impressed with it overall. There is there's before the new 3.0 patch, because I have not played the tower, the endless mode, and I have not played the co-op, so I have not dived into that yet. But before that, there is a third act. I might get to later at some point, but this is technically the end of the game for beating its purposes. Um, so yeah, so that basically Act Three is collecting six different collectibles throughout the different biomes, or maybe it's five. But you collect these certain set of collectibles throughout the biomes, and then you beat the boss again. And that car that was at the bottom after the last boss, you go and interact with it, and it shows you a cutscene, and that's the end of the story cutscenes, to my knowledge. So yeah, but this is what you would call beating the game. You don't. Luckily, um, there's like two sets of three different. Is it? Yeah, two sets of three different biomes, which you just go back to Helios and interact with a little machine that either sets you at the start of the ruins or takes you to the echoing. Um, yeah, it's the echoing ruins, and then I forget what the first biome's called, but it's like something ruins or ruin something. Um, but yeah, so you just it's worth it. That's for sure. I had a blast doing it. The only ones that stink are the collectible trophies in the sense of the glyphs and the scout logs. So those just are time consuming, and especially with the RNG, it's like you don't know if you're gonna get the rooms on this run, and they might not pop up for several runs. So that's RNG trophies are never fun in my opinion. Um, but yeah, I played it offline and noticed to get some collectible trophies, because I looked up how to get the collectibles faster, and a lot of articles said playing offline you get some of the RNG rooms that have the collectibles more often. Um, I don't know how true that is, but I mean, I definitely noticed like I was running through it online for a minute and didn't see any collectibles. And basically, like within turning it off, I ran into like five or six in the first biome. So I definitely noticed an uptick of that. But I did like have a comment on Reddit on some random posts and stuff that people were saying they played it completely online and got all the trophies and stuff. So you can keep that, because there are some things like obviously there's co-op now, and there are little like past use basically, like past Celines, which are I need to look up what they actually are, but I'm pretty sure it's like where somebody else died. So you can interact with it, and it either pops up an enemy for you to like avenge their death, or that that old character comes back to life, and you basically are fighting like a mutated Celine, kind of like a severed almost. So those are really cool, and you do miss out of those playing online or offline. And I like you can get some ether and stuff for them, but it's not like necessary for the game. It is just a lot of fun. And there's another mode in Helios that is basically just like a quick run mode where it says like go into like it puts you at the start of a random biome or has like a biome set up and kind of like it's all laid out, and it has like a point system. It gives you a weapon and tells you like it gives you some like positive buffs and some negative buffs and some debuffs and stuff. So like everyone kind of is on the same playing field, and it shows your score ranked, which is those are really cool, but again, not necessary for the story aspect or to make the game great. But yeah, if you're doing trophy hunting, personally, I found it was a lot faster playing offline. But again, you can play online if you don't want to miss out on the extra things. Oh, I'm going to scroll this a little faster. I didn't know I could do that. Well, hopefully we get to the end here soon. But thanks for watching. We got some other games on the docket coming up. If I get better at all this stuff, I might re-record Returnal because it's a pretty fun game. So